on the side of Border Patrol.
Now at 8, our local law enforcement agencies helping the government conduct immigration. Seeing these situations appearing to cross the line. Good evening, everybody. You're watching LA Live News Tonight. I'm Marla Tejas.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Christine Devine. Immigration activists across Southern California are raising new concerns tonight, claiming local police are quietly helping federal agents during immigration enforcement operations.
This is despite policies meant to keep local agencies separate from federal enforcement. Fox 11's Gina Silva, she's live in Hollywood with the story tonight. Gina?
That's right. Those are the allegations, and some of the incidents have been captured on cell phone video. Others have been streamed live on social media.
Garfield and Valley Boulevard. I was not surprised. I just think that it's frustrating that they lie and say that they're not working together. How many times?
Liz, a community activist, points to this incident in Alhambra on Monday. She says they were driving behind Border Patrol agents in the area when suddenly Alhambra police officers blocked her friend's vehicle.
Hi, sir. Are you working with federal agents?
Liz believes federal agents are calling local law enforcement to keep activists from following agents during immigration operations.
They're not supposed to be assisting federal agents. There's also a new mask ban put in place, and at no point in time were the cops ever trying to be in the middle of the situation. They were immediately on the side of Border Patrol.
Reason for what?
Because they have an investigation.
An investigation for what?
On Thursday in the city of Bell, Emmanuel, who goes by LA Hood's Love on social media, says he was filming ICE agents from afar and alerting the community when suddenly Bell police officers approached him.
They got me out the car. They told me, put your hands behind your back. I was like, why? Like, why are you guys doing this? They did give me a citation for impeding traffic, which there was no traffic.
Yeah. You ready?
Yep.
Earlier this week, Santa Ana CHP officers were captured on cell phone video, pulling over an activist who was tracking Border Patrol agents.
Stalking somebody, they're concerned for themselves.
No, not stalking anyone.
When the woman asked what she was being cited for, the officer hesitated, then looked around her car and said,
Yes, it is an infraction. I'm being stopped for not having a front plate in violation of California Vehicle Code 5200A.
The federal agents were also led into the CHP's parking lot.
Is this policy for you to let them into the CHP parking lot?
So they're going to have their best interest because they're like, oh, they're the feds. We're in with the feds. But, I mean, protect and serve who?
The Alhambra Police Department issued a statement that says in part, our officers responded to a call for service regarding a vehicle being followed by another vehicle that was running red lights and making illegal U-turns. The Alhambra Police Department fully complies with the California Values Act, SB 54. Meanwhile, the city of Bell also issued a statement. Part of it says, we want to assure our residents that the Bell Police Department is not coordinating with ICE and will not participate in any immigration enforcement actions. Claims that the city of Bell is supporting ICE are false. We are still waiting for a statement from CHP. I'm Gina Silva. I'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
All right, Gina, thank you so much. A surge in ICE detentions under the Trump administration. A new UCLA report reveals a massive six-fold increase in non-criminal Latino detainees between February and September of 2025. Despite claims of targeting serious criminals, data shows many were arrested at work or in public. Stays are longer, and 90% now face deportation. Researchers call it a harsh crackdown, but the White House defends the raids as essential for border security and law enforcement.
Tonight, police are looking for a suspect allegedly involved in a smash-and-grab robbery in Anaheim. They could be armed. Police say this car was used in the robbery at the Classic Jewelers on East Santa Ana Canyon. We're told 2 getaway cars were involved. Officers tried to stop them. They took off. A pursuit was on. One car crashed at Lemon Avenue in Orangethorpe. Some suspects there were detained. There, the other car drove into Fullerton where it crashed, and the other suspects then took off on foot. 5 are now in custody. 1 is still on the loose. Fox 11's Ed Lascos is there in Fullerton. He'll have a live report at 9.
New at 8, millions of Americans are in the path of a potentially historic winter storm expected to extend over 2,000 miles.
Talking dangerous snow and ice that could lead to prolonged power outages and major travel delays. Fox's David Stunt is tracking that monster storm from Reagan National Airport.
I look for the fastest flight out and just try and get ahead of the storm.
From the air,
Weather can be unpredictable.
to the ground, this weekend is shaping up to be a headache for tens of millions in the storm's path.
That will lead to whatever slush that melted over the course of the previous day to turn into ice that night, and that's obviously incredibly problematic for traveling.
The weather expected to dump around a foot of snow in the nation's capital.
Cold weather like this mixed with precipitation puts people in a lot of danger.
The federal government also coordinating closely with states.
The big thing is, stay home, have supplies, and be ready.
Officials in Georgia preparing for significant amounts of ice, but help may not be instant.
We want to make sure that everyone is being safe. If there are trees down along a road, if it's incredibly icy, we may not be able to go out.
The storm expected to affect millions all the way from Maine south to Texas.
With it being a sustained event, that doesn't mean that there might not be hazardous travel conditions throughout the duration of the storm.
Grocery store shelves in Tennessee emptying and quickly. And people are fueling up with propane in South Carolina.
It's going to be the Black Friday of storm prep.
Yeah.
Over the course of the past 2 days, I think I've answered at least 350 phone calls about generators, propane, ice melt, gas cans.
Nearly 20 governors have declared a state of emergency, and that number could increase depending on the conditions. At Reagan National Airport, David Stunt, Fox News.
Well, from the East Coast to the West, if you're traveling in the next few days, there is a chance your flight could be disrupted because of this potentially crippling winter storm.
Fox 11's Rachel Aragon's live in LAX, monitoring flights coming in and out of the Midwest and the East Coast. Rachel, how's it looking?
I expect many travelers tonight, many of them coming from -6 degrees to now landing at 60-degree weather here in beautiful Southern California. And you can be sure many of those travelers very happy to land at LAX tonight. But we know many U.S. major airlines right now issuing travel waivers or right now rebooking customers because of the cancellations stemming from this ongoing winter storm. Take a look here. This is the snow, the sleet, and even the freezing rain we're talking about impacting much of the U.S. Unfortunately, not here in L.A. At least 182 million people were under watches or warnings for ice and snow. And get this, more than 210 million people were under cold weather advisories or warnings. Airlines canceling thousands of weekend flights. So you could continue to check your flight status if you're flying over the next few days. So LAX, as of right now, has over 180 delays. Also 25 cancellations or so. Many of those delays, by the way, are flights coming into LAX from cities like Detroit, Chicago, New York, D.C., and Boston. We spoke to people flying in from Denver and Cleveland, and again, they could not be happier to be landing here in LA.
-1 degree as we speak. It's beautiful here in sunny LA. It's great.
Couldn't be more happy to be in California and leaving Cleveland and all the foot of snow and more that we're getting.
You breathe in and your nostrils like freeze on the inside, so I don't know, it's cold. It's much nicer here, and the sun is shining.
So for some perspective here, I checked for Chicago O'Hare right now. In Chicago, it's -4 degrees right now. They've had about 600 delays and 60 cancellations. Just hearing those numbers, you guys, makes me really grateful to be living and working in LA right now. Bring live from LAX tonight. I'm Rachel Aragon. I'll send it back to you guys.
You mentioned, I think you said 25 cancellations at LAX right now at last check, Rachel. Any in particular airline that's harder hit than the others?
I can tell you right now, I'm not sure about airlines, but Detroit has seen, I think, the biggest percentage of delays right now. I would have guessed maybe New York or Chicago, but if you're flying in and out of Detroit, that's going to be a troublesome spot for many people right now.
I can see Detroit. We're also talking the South, like Texas, right, Rachel?
Say that again. Sorry, it's a little loud here in LA.
Gotcha.
LAX.
Yeah, the storm's even going to hit the South, places like Texas. They're bracing for this, too.
You're right. It's funny to see Dallas is also being hit right now and hearing about the freezing rain that Texas is getting. So really, it kind of seems like it's almost everywhere but Southern California. So again, really fortunate to not be in those negative temperatures.
Or spoiled.
We feel you.
Yes.
We feel you.
All right, Rachel, thank you. Well, it's cold where these two live, but this is some exciting news out of Big Bear. Jackie, the bald eagle, she has laid her first egg of the season. You see it there.
Okay.
The Friends of Big Bear Valley making the announcement on their Facebook page this afternoon. We can still hear Rachel. They say at about 4:22, Jackie showed the first signs. She was in labor. She laid the egg 10 minutes later at 4:32.
Oh.
The team says she did great. She's now resting. No sign of shadow, though. The Facebook fans are going wild. By early tonight, the post had over 2,000 shares, and right now the video has more than 500,000 views.
Exciting to follow the journey that we followed so closely last year.
I'm jealous of her 10-minute labor. That's all I'm going to say. Still ahead at 8, millions of dollars meant to help the homeless in L.A. allegedly used to buy expensive cars, trips, even a vacation home.
A local man at the center of the case and his connection to L.A.'s leading homeless agency.
From world-class athlete to international drug lord, Ryan Wedding is behind bars after months on the run. How he used Southern California as a hub in his criminal enterprise.
While more than 35 states are bracing for a winter storm over the weekend, we have drier conditions across California. I'll have all of those details and more on the other side of this break.
Former Olympic snowboarder known as a modern-day El Chapo by the FBI arriving in Ontario this morning, California. Ryan Wedding is finally captured after a years-long search. Fox 11's Nick Garcia was developing information on the alleged drug kingpin's arrest.
From snow to blow, Ryan Wedding has been captured on drug charges. He was escorted off this plane at Ontario International Airport, arriving from Mexico City Friday morning.
He went from an Olympic snowboarder to the largest narco trafficker in modern times. He is a modern-day El Chapo. He is a modern-day Pablo Escobar.
The Olympian, known by many aliases like El Jefe, meaning the boss, is accused of starting a major drug trafficking network in 2011. The FBI says he moved tons of cocaine and other drugs from Mexico through Southern California to other states and Canada.
Ryan Wedding tormented several people and several families that will never be the same. But today, they get the justice that they sought.
Authorities say he orchestrated the murders of 2 people in retaliation for a stolen drug shipment. The FBI says the Southland was the hub for Wedding's criminal activity, saying he stored cocaine in Los Angeles, Riverside, and San Bernardino counties. Wedding has been on the run for months, but investigators say they've been hot on his trail, working with Mexican officials to seize his $40 million motorcycle collection.
Our collective efforts led to the seizure of more than 2,300 kilograms of cocaine, 44 kilograms of methamphetamine, 44 kilograms of fentanyl, 8 firearms, and over $55 million in illicit assets.
Now on a different kind of downward slope, Wedding faces murder, money laundering, and narcotics charges. Nick Garcia, Fox 11 News.
A man found dead in a homeless encampment in South LA is now identified as former NFL player Kevin Johnson. He was a defensive lineman for the Oakland Raiders and the Philadelphia Eagles back in the 90s. The 55-year-old was found stabbed to death in Willowbrook Wednesday. Police believe he was living at this encampment down below. So far, no arrests. Anyone with information is asked to call the LA County Sheriff's Department. Developing tonight, millions of dollars intended to help the homeless in Los Angeles gone. Tonight, a Westwood man is accused of embezzling the funds to buy luxury homes and cars. Fox 11's Christina Gonzalez has more.
This is a case full of lies, deceit, and pilfering money.
Federal authorities announcing the arrest of Alexander Sufer at the luxury Westwood home he supposedly paid for with funds meant to help the homeless through his organization, Abundant Blessings.
His organization received more than $23 million in taxpayer funds for the purpose of housing and feeding the homeless.
Abundant Blessings worked out of this building now for sale, supposedly helping about 600 people.
Specifically, he entered into agreements with the city and county agencies to house the homeless at sites that he managed and to pay third parties, including hotels and motels, to provide that housing. And the homeless were supposed to receive at least 3 healthy, balanced, nutritious meals a day.
Investigators say the 42-year-old also used the money for expensive cars, trips, even a vacation home in Greece. Meanwhile, at Abundant Blessings, neighbors say off camera, food is not what they saw being served.
They were drinking, doing bad things.
$23 million of misuse of public funds, $5 million derived directly from LASA in contracts.
LA Councilwoman Monica Rodriguez at today's council meeting reacting.
The elephant is in the room. LASA is still a problem.
LASA is under scrutiny after audits, and investigations found serious mismanagement, weak oversight, and questionable contracting practices. Mayor Karen Bass releasing a statement today saying, quote, "It's despicable that Mr. Sufer lied to the city and LASA for his personal gain."
Mr. Sufer was investigated twice, once by the investigators from the Los Angeles Homeless Service Authority, LASA, and once by the Office of the City Controller. In each one of those investigations, he provided a whole raft of fraudulent documentation trying to legitimize the fraud that he had been conducting.
And that is LA County's DA, who does confirm that this afternoon, Sufer appeared in a federal courthouse in Santa Ana, where he actually was released on $1.5 million bond without entering a plea, but is now being turned over automatically to LA County authorities to face charges on their parallel investigation. We'll keep you updated. I'm Christina Gonzalez in Harvard Heights, Fox 11 News.
Well, coming up, a very prominent inland city has become home to a large group of sea lions.
Talking Sacramento, not flocking to the state capitol for the politics. And what's drawing them in next?
And mark your calendars if you haven't already. We hope you have. Fox 11 is co-hosting a gubernatorial debate. It's Tuesday, February 3rd in San Francisco. You can watch it live on Fox 11 from 5:30 to 8. Stream it on the Fox local app. I am one of 3 moderators, and we do want to hear your thoughts on the future of California. So you can scan this QR code to submit a question for the candidates.
Weather is sponsored by My Home Sold.
Live look from LAX or at LAX, and you see the cloud cover up above as it looks like it's jam-packed as people are apparently getting out of town. I don't know why. We are the envy of the country, clearly, as we've just heard. Let's check in with meteorologist Star Harvey. Right? Isn't that right? We're the envy of the country.
I don't think I could have put it any better there. We're seeing some of the best weather here on the West Coast. In fact, we have about 35 plus states that are due to be impacted by this major winter storm currently pushing across the country. You'll see that a very active system moving across portions of not just Texas, but also up into Oklahoma. One of our biggest concerns with travel is going to be this ice. That is all of the pink that we see showing up here on our radar. So across portions of Dallas, but also over and through New Mexico into Arizona, we have that wet weather moving in and about as well. This system is going to continue to bring its impacts moving out to the east as we push through this weekend. weekend and into the start of next week. In fact, here's a look at that. So we are expecting to see snow in places that are not used to seeing a wintry weather. So across areas like New Mexico, we do show some of that, not just snow, but also the potential for some ice moving through into Wichita, St. Louis, Cincinnati, Memphis, Atlanta there, all the way over into the Carolinas, moving through Tennessee. Going to be one of the hardest hit places with the storm system moving through. It's not going to be until the end of our Monday, moving into Tuesday, that we start to see some relief coming across the country due to that storm. Here's a look at some of our high temperatures for tomorrow. We're shooting for the 60s here on the West Coast. That is going to still place us slightly below our averages, but nothing like we are seeing down the middle of the nation here across portions of Nebraska, Omaha. We have 9 degrees there, single digits, more single digits up towards Bismarck. We have temperatures below 0 up in Minneapolis, and then we have a lot of single digits below freezing temperatures across the East Coast. Here's a look at some of our winter weather advisories. We not only have a winter weather advisory, we have winter storm warnings. This is going to be all of the pink. Some of these advisories stretching over 2,000 miles. Ice storm warning, all of the purple there, and then extreme cold temperatures. This is going to be a storm to watch. Of course, I'll have my eyes on it all weekend. And again, our weather here on the West Coast, it is looking ideal. I'll have those details coming up. For now, back to you.
Take our weather. Still ahead. The investigation into the murder of Celeste Rivas Hernandez continues. Now, a friend of singer David is arrested.
What we know about him and why he was taken into custody and possible connection to the case, plus Laura Diaz.
I'm Laura Diaz at Wilshire Park Elementary, where an emotional vigil was held today for a beloved teacher. Police say that she was the victim of domestic abuse. The tearful story coming up.
SoCal. This is LA Live News Tonight on Fox 11 Plus.
A community in mourning tonight, a candlelight vigil to honor a beloved third-grade teacher who was allegedly killed by her husband, a Glendale firefighter.
Fox 11's Laura Diaz, she's live at the scene in Koreatown, where families and her fellow teachers gather tonight. Laura, I can only imagine how emotional it is.
Well, Marla and Christine, it really was an emotional gut punch. We all in this industry cover a lot of people who are grief-stricken. We cover violence day in and day out. But I think what really got me today, and at one point I had to wipe away a tear, was to see small children, little kids comforting each other. They're learning about grief and death because their beloved teacher is no longer with them. So this evening, we watched as children, parents, teachers, and faculty all gathered to remember one of their own.
Thank you for standing up for our teachers. By doing so, you are looking out. By doing so, you were looking out for all of the students.
She teaches us lots of stuff, and she was the best teacher, and she will always be in our hearts. Fly high, Bessie Menace.
Hundreds gathered on this Friday evening, and they were all here to remember a woman they called Miss Jimenez. There were hugs and tears, and as you can see right here, flowers as far as the eye could see. A heart-wrenching scene at the school this Friday, little children clinging to each other as they remembered their teacher. She was allegedly killed by her husband. This is 46-year-old Myra Jimenez in better days, always smiling. Of favorite teachers, told me so many students had such special stories about her. Her classroom number 15, is seen here. It still has her name on the door. Now, outside from the classroom, you can see that she had Dodger gear up in the window. We were told that she was a huge Dodger fan, and police say the teacher was killed by her husband. This is going back to January 21st at their North Hollywood home. He has been charged as of today with her murder. But really, today was about remembrances. It was about people coming together as a community, from the very tiny ones who had her as a teacher to parents who admired her for the strength she conveyed, for the lessons she conveyed to her kids. And we also heard from educators who admired her so very much because they said she was a fighter. She was active in the union. She was active, I was told by students, during COVID-19. She was sort of their rock in the middle of that storm. And because of her, they were able to get through remote learning and continue to get a good education here in Southern California. But as we come back live, you can see, I hope, even in the darkness, that some people still remain here. I'm going to step away. You can see that families are still here. The vigil remains here with those candles, with the flowers, with the teddy bears. And I have to tell you, Christine and Marla, it's been a long time since I've covered something that felt like such a tragedy.
Oh, yeah, it feels that way all around, Laura, and I know that we'll be covering the story of the husband, that firefighter whose case will now be in the courts, played out. But tonight sounds like just a night to think of her and honor her and all she did to contribute to society.
So true, Christine, and actually they did a chant, but they did not use the name she went by. They used her maiden name because they did not really want him to be thought of tonight, the alleged killer. They wanted her to be remembered for the fantastic woman she was, for the teacher she was, you know, for the guide that she was to these students. And so many children were moved. But they're seeing something just intrinsically wrong to see children that tiny experiencing grief and expressing it in such profound terms.
Yeah, and,
Marla,
and that's
Chris?
exactly what got you and gets me when I'm watching those little ones say goodbye to their teacher. I mean, that just gets me choked up right now thinking about it. So We understand your emotion, Laura. You've got such a huge heart. You're a fantastic reporter. So we thank you for taking us inside this most important vigil to remember her. New details tonight in the death of Celeste Rivas Hernandez and her possible connection to singer David. Police in Montana have arrested Neo Langston, a friend of David. According to TMZ, the arrest was made on a Los Angeles warrant. Authorities say Langston is being held without bond for failing to appear as a witness. LAPD's Robbery Homicide Division continues investigating the murder of Rivas Hernandez. Her body was discovered in a Tesla at a tow yard about 4 months ago. The car was registered to David. New at 8, Skyfox over a home in West Hills where you can see clearly a car slammed right into it. This is the 24,000 block of Van Owen Street. The car apparently landed in the nursery room of the house, landing on top of the crib. Luckily, no one was in that room at the time of that crash. Amazingly enough, no one was injured in the house or in the car. Police and firefighters are investigating. A final farewell today for Keith Porter Jr. He was the Northridge father of 2 who was fatally shot by an off-duty ICE agent on New Year's Eve. TV cameras were not allowed at this morning's service at Faithful Central Bible Church in Inglewood. Police say Porter was firing a rifle into the sky on New Year's Eve when the off-duty agent shot him. The agent claims he fired to protect apartment residents from an active shooter, but Porter's family says he was merely firing celebratory shots. They're calling for the agent's arrest and an independent investigation.
Earlier today, Skyfox over downtown L.A. Community groups here calling for a boycott of Home Depot, accusing the company of enabling ICE raids. Claims the company denies. This comes amid protests in Minnesota over increased immigration enforcement and that fatal shooting of a Minneapolis woman by a federal agent. Fox's Connor Hansen with that part of the story.
Oh my God! No! No! Stop!
More videos are surfacing of immigration arrests across the Minneapolis area as protests against the enforcement efforts continue. There was renewed outrage when an image surfaced of a 5-year-old boy being taken into ICE custody. One local school superintendent says several students have been detained.
As of this week, 4 of our students have been apprehended and taken away by masked and armed ICE agents with no identifying badges. The onslaught of ICE activity in our community is inducing trauma and is taking a toll on our children.
The Trump administration and immigration officials were quick to respond, saying the young child's father ran away when they tried to arrest him. ICE says they were taking care of the child and have reunited him with his father in custody.
They're not being separated. That child is in the least restrictive setting possible.
The family came across as a family unit illegally a few years back.
Meanwhile, a group of activists is calling for a day of truth and freedom, a boycott of shopping, work, and school, plus a large rally.
No ICE on our streets!
They're urging politicians and businesses to take a stand.
We are in a free state, but we are occupied territory. We will not be subjected to this kind of cruelty, and we will not be subjected as a free state.
And after several protesters were arrested for interrupting a church service, federal officials say more people could be charged. In New York, Connor Hansen, Fox 11 News.
Expect lane closures tonight through Monday morning on the southbound Interstate 605 freeway in El Monte. Caltrans says the 55-hour extended weekend lane reductions begin at 10 tonight from Valley Boulevard to north of the 60 freeway. All lanes will be reopened by 5 Monday morning. The ramp and freeway connectors in that work zone also will close over the weekend. Sea lions are normally found near oceans, but some are making a home far inland along the waterfront in Sacramento.
Fox's Dennis Shanahan went on a mission to find out why.
Their call echoes on the banks of the Sacramento River. But their typical home is in their name, These are sea lions, hanging out about 100 nautical miles inland from the ocean. They've established themselves on this pier on the West Sacramento side of the river. They jockey for position and seem to express irritation to each other at times. To some observers, they're a welcome sight.
There's nothing wrong with them. I think they're cool.
Some are simply surprised to see them in Sacramento.
Didn't expect to see sea lions out here? Nah. This is surprising right here.
And to others, their presence here is a little alarming.
I feel like they should be in a natural habitat.
Fox 40 reached out to the Marine Mammal Center in Sausalito, asking why sea lions would choose to be in Sacramento. Associate Director of Public Relations Giancarlo Rulli responded by email, saying, "It is increasingly common in the last 2 decades to see mostly adult and subadult male California sea lions in the Sacramento-San Joaquin River Delta system, including the Sacramento River." Rulli says sea lions are opportunistic foragers, and specifically in the Delta, they appear to have found a steady source of large, non-native fish that are easy prey, such as carp and bass. Rulli also said federal protections have allowed their populations to rebound since the 1970s, and as a result, they're expanding into areas like the Delta and the rivers, where their presence was more common many decades ago. He says they typically will leave the river in May and June, returning to the ocean for mating season. The Marine Mammal Center reminds the public to play a role in the conservation of these animals by keeping a safe distance. If you're so close that the sea lions are reacting to you, then you're too close. If one appears to be in real distress, then contact the Marine Mammal Center. Otherwise, enjoy the show.
Nice little addition to the view, to the vista.
That was Dennis Shanahan reporting. The one thing he didn't mention, and I have experience because I lived very close to sea lions, they stink.
Really?
Oh, woo.
Loud.
Woo! You really wouldn't want to get too close.
That's the story there. All right, coming up, we are checking in with meteorologist Star Harvey.
I can attest to that, Marla. I've been paddleboarding out in the marina, and yucky yuck, right? We do have some gorgeous weather ahead of us moving into this weekend. I'll have those details and more on the other side of this break.
Fox 11 is your home for the World Cup. We're preparing you for the games that are set to start in June. Every Friday night at 10:30, Football HQ airs over on Fox 11 and streaming on Fox Local.
Well, they say you can't teach an old dog new tricks, but one group of pooches strongly disagrees.
Fox 11's Coco McAvoy's in Cerritos checking out a big event this weekend, Canine Stars Stunt Dog Show.
We are at the Cerritos Center for the Performing Arts. This venue is incredible. And on Sunday, you're going to want to see the Canine All-Stars. Take a look at Swamp Thing, by the way, showing all these cool tricks. I am also here with Jeff. He is the theater executive director. You've got a big show happening Sunday here.
We do. We're so happy to have them here. The Canine All-Stars are here on Sunday, 3 o'clock. We have a few tickets left available. And we're looking forward to the show. It's going to be wonderful.
Yes, I can tell by the preview we're doing right now. It is going to be absolutely amazing, especially at this beautiful theater. Tell us more about this theater.
Absolutely. Cerritos Center for the Performing Arts opened in 1993 with 4 nights of Frank Sinatra performing. It's a beautiful facility, multi-configurable. We can seat anywhere from 1,000 people to 2,000 people. We have big rock shows. We have family-friendly shows like the Canine All-Stars. And, of course, we have Broadway musical tours and recitals as well.
Because you were telling me you do at least 150 shows a year, right?
150 shows a year plus private events. And the best thing about coming to Cerritos, great location right off the freeway, free parking for everybody who comes to see a show here.
That's right. So for people who haven't gotten their tickets yet, what is your message to them for this Sunday?
Message is buy your tickets now. We're very low on tickets for this show. And we have some other shows this weekend as well, including Jay Leno featuring the Fat Cat Swingers.
Thank you so much, Jeff. Okay, the show is happening this Sunday. You're now seeing Kevin, by the way, another amazing dog, just 1 year old. I also have to shout out the fact that Kevin is from where I'm from. He is a rescue dog from Detroit. I really, really love that. And I love the Canine All-Stars, too, because that's what it's all about. It's all about these amazing rescue dogs and making sure that people know that it's important to adopt as well. So you have got to come and support these amazing and fantastic pups here. It really is going to be an amazing show happening right here at the Cerritos Center for the Performing Arts Sunday at 3 o'clock. Tickets are still available, but it's almost sold out. I'll send it back to you.
Oh, Coco, a wonderful spokesperson for Kevin there. I love that the dog's name is Kevin.
Right?
Funky. Yeah, right.
A cutie.
Let me take a moment quickly. If people aren't familiar, we wear red on Fridays to remember everyone deployed. So I appreciate the both of you throwing on your red tonight.
Absolutely. You've been doing this for how long?
I don't know. Several years.
Years.
Yes.
I mean, literally every Friday.
Yeah.
You are wearing red, and
yes.
so is half the newsroom.
I know,
red.
and thanks to all the colleagues in the newsroom right now who are wearing red, including our stage manager tonight, Thomas.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
he got the memo.
There.
Yeah, thank you, thank you, Thomas. We got to get him on camera. Yeah.
You jump in, Thomas?
There you go.
Yeah, why not?
There you go.
I'm not lying.
Just waiting for that to happen.
Star Harvey, in your red, give us the forecast.
Ooh, it's going to be a good weekend. You know, we may have a few, I'd say, hit or miss shower, sprinkle, drizzle coming through in the morning. But outside of that, we are in store for a gorgeous weekend, especially when you compare it to the hazardous winter storm that is already unleashing out towards the east of California across a good portion of the nation. Right now, we do have some clouds filtering in. Those clouds may be remaining in place with the chance for some foggy conditions out there. So patchy fog, it's going to be a thing tonight moving into tomorrow morning as well. Otherwise, some of that drizzle likely to make its way into tomorrow morning. And again, we are talking very isolated. A lot of us will make it through the entire weekend with dry conditions. This weekend, we are also looking at some of those breezy Santa Ana winds to pick back up, and it will be a 2-day event. So Sunday into Monday, and then we are looking at our temperatures below normal through the remainder of this weekend. But by the time we get to Monday, we are going to see those temperatures go ahead and make a rebound. So it'll be a little bit warmer to get the week started. This weekend, not too bad, right around where we should be. Our normal is about 67 degrees. Today, downtown, we brought it up to 67, so fairly close to that. We're not the only ones that touched the 60s. We had low to upper 60s stretching racing across the LA basin and surrounding region. Up in Ventura County, some 60s into the Antelope Valley, the Santa Clarita Valley, down along our coastline, Orange County. 50s went ahead and took over our mountains. We also had some flurries and some snowfall coming down into our higher elevations yesterday, and then some of that energy moving about this morning as well. We're in the 70s across the Palm Springs area for our highs today. Here's a play-by-play to get us through the remainder of this evening. We do have a lot of clouds out there, especially the further east from LA, so across the Inland Empire, up and through some of our mountains and low deserts as well. Pushing into tomorrow, there's a look at some of that drizzle chance making its way into the forecast. We'll also have more clouds tomorrow morning, but then we will see more sunshine as we do make our way towards the back half of the morning, early afternoon, and throughout Saturday. Dry conditions across the area for most of us. That's the case for Sunday as well. Sunday, however, we start off with more sunshine, and then our model is indicating that we should see those clouds roll in during the afternoon. As far as the winds go, picking back up as we do get to, again, the back half of our weekend. So there's a look into Sunday. Those gusts sticking around through our Monday as well. And those Santa Anas are expected to possibly move into next week as well. Of course, we'll track that for you. Otherwise, expect your temperatures in the LA, Inland, Orange County area, 60s this weekend. And then there goes our subtle warm up as we do push into the start of next week. Back to you.
All right, we still have more news ahead at 8.
But first, here's a preview of what's coming up at 9. It's been a especially brutal flu season, but tonight a bit of good news. The season may have peaked. Plus, we'll show you the brand new trailer for the new Muppet Show. It's a trip down memory lane for sure. That's ahead at 9. We all get by with a little help from our friends, but making new ones doesn't usually happen overnight.
For those experiencing loneliness, you're in luck. Fox's Sue Guzman explains how fringe ships can help.
With health professionals still warning about the medical risks linked to loneliness.
Loneliness or social isolation carries around the same health risks of smoking up to 15 cigarettes a day.
The CDC says having strong connections with others can help folks feel like they belong.
When we feel isolated or alone or like we don't have that, it affects our entire body. It affects your brain. People die younger when they're lonely.
But human development experts say it takes a lot of time and energy to build and maintain close relationships.
There's a study that shows that it takes 200 hours to establish a friendship. And you got to be lucky there. You've got to have enough in common.
According to Dr. Karen Fingerman of the University of Texas at Austin, friendships could offer solutions.
It's really the easy bake oven of a relationship.
A friendship usually refers to a no-strings-attached connection formed with people you regularly see in specific settings, like a coffee shop, gym, or dog park.
When you're at an activity, look around for someone that you can stand next to, start a conversation.
And while experts aren't saying to stop forming close ties with others,
a friend will take you to the airport. A friend will bring you a meal maybe when you're sick. A friendship does not do that. That's not what they're there for.
Friendships can be a great place to start if you're feeling isolated.
People who aren't close to you provide stimulation. They provide novelty for you. They get you out in the world. But it doesn't require 200 hours or a lot of coordination.
Sue Guzman, Fox News.
Right here, Mattel is honoring Dr. Opal Lee, the grandmother of Juneteenth, with a new Barbie doll. The Barbie-inspiring women collection honors extraordinary women from all fields.
The 99-year-old Fort Worth civil rights activist is known for leading the successful charge to make Juneteenth a national holiday, commemorating the end of slavery in the U.S. The doll features her wearing her signature Walk for Freedom t-shirt and sneakers. So there she is in the flesh, and then seeing the doll, they did a good job.
And can you believe she's 99 years old? I mean, just Google her, do some research. It's quite the story there. What a neat little honor for her and her family.
Really very, very special.
Don't go anywhere, we're not done yet.
LA Live News Tonight continues at 9 right after the break.
live across SoCal. This is LA Live News Tonight on Fox 11 Plus.
Now at 9, a smash and grab robbery leads to a wild police chase. 2 crashes, suspects on the run, and some still out there tonight. We're live with a closer look at how it all unfolded. Plus, a tragic loss shakes the local community. Tonight, neighbors and students gather to honor a beloved 3rd-grade teacher as shocking details emerge about the suspect, her own husband, a Glendale firefighter.
And we're live tonight at LAX talking about severe storms wiping across the country coming up, how it's impacting flights here at LAX.
And we're live from the coast of the Inland Valleys. Meteorologist Star Harvey with a preview of what's on the horizon.
While we may be quiet this weekend here across the West Coast, we do have a different story unfolding across a lot of the nation. I'll have all of those details and your weekend forecast coming up.
All right, Star, thank you, and thank you for being with us. You're watching LA Live News Tonight. I'm Marla Tejas. Tonight, police are looking for suspects allegedly involved in this smash and grab robbery in Anaheim, and these suspects could be armed. Right now, there is an active police investigation by the Fullerton PD. Let's go live to Fox 11's Ed Lascos in Fullerton tonight with the latest. Ed?
Marla, you're right about that. It is a very active search going on in not one but 2 different locations here in Fullerton after these jewel thieves used 2 different getaway cars, both crashing, 2 different locations. Mikey, if you please, get us into this, will you? This is one of the main active searches now. Euclid, the crosses, Chapman, all the flashing lights over there. Police have the neighborhood sealed off. They're looking for 2 of these jewel thieves here on the run. Armed, considered dangerous. The other location over on Orenthorpe, 1 jewel thief running there after, I'll tell you, a wild, crazy night in the OC. Watch. An all-out search for the jewel thieves as their dramatic jewelry heist and their daring getaway ends here.
When the people on the Red Charger left, they ended up leaving some of the jewelry behind.
This one of 2 getaway cars. It crashes here at the end of a pursuit on Euclid and Fullerton. Police pulling out the evidence, bags and trays loaded with stolen jewelry. Look at this, would you? All hot ice on a cold night.
The black box on top of the car that's filled with diamonds and jewels.
I mean, how crazy, and it winds up here in your neighborhood.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
The stolen jewelry all tied to this brazen smash and grab at Classic Jewelers in Anaheim Hills.
8 to 10 guys run in, hoodies, ski masks, trash cans, and crowbars, hammers. They smashed every showcase.
From there, it's a reckless escape. 2 getaway cars speeding off. Both crash minutes later in separate police pursuits, one on Orangethorpe, the other on Euclid, but the damage already done.
They took everything within a matter of a minute, and this is, our livelihood. My gun was on the table. They grabbed the gun from the table. At that point, thought I was gonna get shot.
Now you are looking live. How scary is that? The scene still over here at Chapman and Euclid. They're looking for the 2 of the suspects on the run here. Mikey giving you a look at the, we thought they were about ready to bring out what was left of that car, the getaway car, but I think they're going to be bringing it out on the other side. So as it stands right now, you saw that unbelievable video of that smash and grab. 8 suspects in all involved in that. 5 in custody. They're cuffed, they're stuffed, so they're looking for 3 more. 2 at this location, the other one, Marla, over in Orangethorpe. But again, they're considered armed, they're considered dangerous, but how crazy is this, huh?
Gosh, that was just wild, so intense. It looked like a movie, Ed.
Yeah, they came in like crazy, and the owner of the jewelry store telling us it only took them about a minute to get out of there. And you know how they caught these guys? And the police did a great job on this, I got to tell you, is one of the workers over there at the jewelry store ran out after them. Oh. And that's the video he had of the cars driving off. But with the video, he had the license plates.
Oh, good for
these
him.
Guys, they're not the smartest stars up in the sky, so they drive off with their license plates. They got them, and police, quick pursuits. Now, I got to tell you, there was a couple of folks injured because innocent drivers who were hit in some of these pursuits, but we're told those injuries injuries not life-threatening, not serious. And in any event, though, fortunately, the police make quick work of this, and we don't have anybody seriously hurt. And as the owner was telling us, as scary as it was, Marley, he thought at that moment he was going to die because of all that craziness going on.
Soundbite when he said he thought he was going to get shot right then and there. Well, thank goodness he lived to tell. So we have 3 still out there outstanding tonight, and obviously they very well could be armed.
Yeah, that's the thinking, because the owner was saying they had guns when they came in. They also took the owner's gun. So yeah, the thinking is police are saying they're most likely armed. We know they're dangerous, and that's why they want to get these three creeps off the streets.
Yeah, really. All right, Ed. Really intense there. Hope that they're found quickly. Thanks, Ed. On to the weather. A massive winter storm set to impact over 200 million Americans this weekend. Starting today in Texas, the storm will stretch 1,500 miles to the northeast, bringing heavy snow, ice, and freezing temperatures. Some areas could see over a foot of snow and dangerous ice accumulations. The slow-moving system is expected to last through Monday, making it one of the most significant winter storms in years. We do have team coverage tonight. Rachel Aragon, she's live at LAX with how this could impact travel. But first, we begin with meteorologist Star Harvey tonight. Star?
Marla, you know, a thought came to mind when I see where this storm is sitting, and I know a lot of us, maybe not here in California, but maybe some of our viewers that may have remembered the winter freeze back from 2021. Not just myself, but we also had our chief meteorologist, Adam, and I do remember being in Houston, and we were greatly impacted by that. In fact, I remember we slept at our news stations for several days to be able to bring the public the information, but also because of the ice that built up, we weren't able to get out on the roads. It was not manageable. So we are not expecting, as meteorologists, for this storm to bring as devastating winter threats. We are still waiting to see what the impacts will be, but we can tell you that there is snow expected with this system. There is several inches of snow with the system moving through. Some people expected to see upwards of 15 inches of that snowfall. We are also seeing the moisture build not just across the south. This system is going to and is projected to continue to impact the entire weekend. We're talking Saturday, but also Sunday, not pushing off into the far northeast until we arrive late into Monday, and then eventually by Tuesday, things starting to move offshore there. As far as the temperatures go, we are going to be in the 60s here across California, the Southern California area, but we are going to see temperatures sub-freezing well below that 0 mark, and then also into the single digits and teens. Marla.
All right, Star, and I do remember that deep freeze. Thanks for taking us down memory lane, if you will. Live look right now at LAX. If you are traveling in the next few days, there's a chance your flight could be disrupted, of course, because of this. Fox 11's Rachel Aragon, she continues our team coverage live at LAX tonight. What do we know about delays and cancellations so far?
Well, Marla, I can tell you so many people were thrilled actually to be arriving here at LAX, coming from -6 to about 60 degrees here in Los Angeles. Many people, though, already having their flights canceled, especially if they're coming out of the Midwest or the East Coast. Take a look here. We're talking about snow, sleet, and even some freezing rain in parts of North Texas. At least 182 million people were under watches or warnings for ice and snow. 210 million were under cold weather advisories or warnings. Airlines, as we know, canceling thousands of weekend flights, so continue to check your flight status if you are flying out over the next few days. Last I checked, there were over 200 now delays out of LAX and about 25 cancellations. Many of those delays are flights coming into LAX from cities like Detroit, Chicago, New York, and DC. Well, many people we spoke to flying in from Denver and Cleveland, they were elated to be here in warm, sunny California.
-1 degree as we speak. It's beautiful here in sunny LA. It's great.
Couldn't be more happy to be in California and leaving Cleveland and all the foot of snow and more that we're getting.
You breathe in and your nostrils like freeze on the inside. So I don't know, it's cold. It's much nicer here, and the sun is shining.
Well, Delta, Southwest, United, you name it, all those major airlines either giving out waivers or helping customers rebook. But one thing, Marla, that really stood out to me is I often think of the cold being like Boston, New York, Chicago, Cleveland. We're seeing cancellations in Louisiana, Arkansas, St. Louis. So a lot of places, even Texas. So it really just shows you how strong the storm is or is about to be. But again, I can't stress enough how many smiles I saw at baggage claim here at LAX because people were just thrilled to not be in sub-below temperatures.
Yeah, I don't blame them. I'm sure you saw smiles and people taking off layer after layer and say, ooh, I'm hot. I'm hot here, even though it's 60 degrees. And for us here in Southern California, some would say it's cold. we are
Some would say that, yeah.
Yeah, right? All right, Rachel, we thank you so much. Immigration activists across Southern California are raising new concerns tonight, claiming local police are quietly helping federal agents during immigration enforcement operations. Now, this is despite policies meant to keep local agencies separate from federal enforcement. Fox 11's Gina Silva has more.
Those are the allegations from activists, and some of the incidents they're describing were captured on cell phone video, and some were streamed live on social media.
Garfield and Valley Boulevard. I was not surprised. I just think that it's frustrating that they lie and say that they're not working together. How many times?
Liz, a community activist, points to this incident in Alhambra on Monday. She says they were driving behind Border Patrol agents in the area when suddenly Alhambra police officers blocked her friend's vehicle.
Hi, sir. Are you working with federal agents?
Liz believes federal agents are calling local law enforcement to keep activists from following agents during immigration operations.
They're not supposed to be assisting federal agents. There's also a new mask ban put in place, and at no point in time were the cops ever trying to be in the middle of the situation. They were immediately on the side of Border Patrol.
Reason for what? Because they have an investigation. An investigation for what?
On Thursday in the city of Bell, Emmanuel, who goes by LA Hood's Love on social media, says he was filming ICE agents from afar and alerting the community when suddenly Bell police officers approached him.
They got me out the car. They told me, put your hands behind your back. I was like, why? Like, why are you guys doing this? They did give me a citation for impeding traffic, which there was no traffic.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yep. Earlier this week, Santa Ana CHP officers were captured on cell phone video, pulling over an activist who was tracking Border Patrol agents.
Stalking somebody, they're concerned for themselves.
No, not stalking anyone. When the woman asked what she was being cited for, the officer hesitated, then looked around her car and said,
Yes, it is an infraction. You're being stopped for not having a front plate in violation of the California Vehicle Code 5200A.
The federal agents were also led into the CHP's parking lot.
So they're going to have their best interest because they're like, oh, they're the feds. We're in with the feds. But I mean, protect and serve who?
The Alhambra Police Department issued a statement that says in part, our officers responded to a call for service regarding a vehicle being followed by another vehicle that was running red lights and making illegal U-turns. The Alhambra Police Department fully complies with the California Values Act, SB 54. Meanwhile, the city of Bell also issued a statement. Part of it says, we want to assure our residents that the Bell Police Department is not coordinating with ICE and will not participate in any immigration enforcement actions. Claims that the city of Bell is supporting ICE are false. We are also waiting for a statement from CHP. I'm Gina Silva, Fox 11 News.
California's high-speed rail project could be derailed for good. Up next, a new bill threatens to cut off federal funding. What's behind the push to pull the plug? We will break that all down. And from Olympic glory to a life of crime, former snowboarder Ryan Wedding now behind bars, accused of running a massive drug empire. We will tell you how authorities finally tracked him down. Plus, an ambulance rushing to the hospital collides with a food delivery robot in East Hollywood. The quick response that kept everyone safe. New at 9, you don't see this every day or ever. Take a look. An ambulance in East Hollywood hits a food delivery robot while transporting a patient. The LA Fire Department says a second ambulance quickly arrived to take the patient to the hospital. No one was hurt. Skyfox over a home in West Hills where you can see a car slammed into it. This is the 24,000 block of Van Owen Street. The car apparently landed in the nursery of the house, landing on top of the crib. Luckily, no one was in the room at the time. Amazingly enough, no one, in fact, was injured in the house or in the car. Police and firefighters are investigating. A former Olympic snowboarder known as a modern-day El Chapo by the FBI arriving in Ontario earlier this morning. Ryan Wedding is finally captured after a years-long search. Fox 11's Nick Garcia with developing information on the alleged drug kingpin's arrest.
From snow to blow, Ryan Wedding has been captured on drug charges. He was escorted off this plane at Ontario International Airport, arriving from Mexico City Friday morning.
He went from an Olympic snowboarder to the largest narco trafficker in modern times. He is a modern-day El Chapo. He is a modern-day Pablo Escobar.
The Olympian, known by many aliases like El Jefe, meaning the boss, is accused of starting a major drug trafficking network in 2011. The FBI says he moved tons of cocaine and other drugs from Mexico through Southern California to other states and Canada.
Ryan Wedding tormented several people and several families that will never be the same. But today, they get the justice that they sought.
Authorities say he orchestrated the murders of 2 people in retaliation for a stolen drug shipment. The FBI says the Southland was the hub for Wedding's criminal activity, saying he stored cocaine in Los Angeles, Riverside, and San Bernardino counties. Wedding has been on the run for months, but investigators say they've been hot on his trail, working with Mexican officials to seize his $40 million motorcycle collection.
Our collective efforts led to the seizure of more than 2,300 kilograms of cocaine, 44 kilograms of methamphetamine, 44 kilograms of fentanyl, 8 firearms, and over $55 million in illicit assets.
Now on a different kind of downward slope, Wedding faces murder, money laundering, and narcotics charges. Nick Garcia, Fox 11 News.
Weather is sponsored by American Career College.
Ooh, I love this shot. This is from our West LA camera where we are, Fox 11 Studios, if you didn't know, in West LA. And we're looking at downtown Los Angeles. That looks really nice. A little hazy out there, as expected, given the forecast. Let's check in with meteorologist Star Harvey now. Star, we're in for a nice weekend.
We are. You know, we do still have some of that leftover moisture that could pop up anytime throughout the rest of this evening. And then moving into tomorrow morning, because we are on the backside of that storm. So some of that wraparound moisture does still have the potential to reach us through our Saturday morning. We do have the bulk of that moisture moving off towards the east of us, but not just the chance for some drizzle and light rain activity making its way into the forecast through tomorrow morning. We are also going to continue with the cloud cover out there, and yes, some patchy dense fog locally. Now, we don't have any alerts because of the fog across the LA metro area, but we do have a dense fog advisory up towards the north of LA, so across not just Bakersfield, moving into Delano, Taft, the Tehachapi Mountain surrounding area. We do continue to have some of that Tule fog as well. So for all of us that do have the friends and family up across Central California, they've probably been talking about that radiational fog while it is still in place. As far as our temperatures right now, we're at 57 across the downtown area, 55 in Ontario, over in Porter Ranch, 52, LAX, 57. Really busy out there, especially with all of those terminals getting filled. A lot of cancellations. Check before you head out. Remember that. 61 degrees across Anaheim right now. Our sustained winds on the calmer side moving at about 5 to 15 15 miles per hour. We are expecting our winds to pick back up. We have a Santa Ana event that will come later in the weekend on Sunday, but for the first half of the weekend, it will be quite nice out there. As far as our temperatures go for our lows tonight, we're dipping into the upper 40s to low 50s, stretching across the area with, yes, the cloud cover remaining in place. And then there's a look at our weekend forecast. Tomorrow, we will start off with some of that cloud cover making way for sunshine during the afternoon. Temperatures in the lower 60s. And then by Sunday, more mostly sunny skies. Temperatures will slightly warm, still in the upper 60s, close to those averages. And that also means by the time we move into next week, we do have proof that that's what our temperatures are starting to do, incline. So as we move into Monday of next week, we will have temperatures on the warmer side. When I get back, I'll have a look at that storm system continuing to track out to the east of us, bringing some hazardous winter weather, but also another look at what to expect for our area local next week. Back to you.
Star, thank you. Coming up, the Justice Department backed off a controversial request involving transgender minors' medical records. What does this mean for the ongoing national debate? The Justice Department has dropped its request for medical records that could have identified transgender minors treated at Children's Hospital Los Angeles. Families sued, raising concerns about patient privacy and possible legal exposure. Under a new agreement, the hospital can withhold or redact sensitive information. Advocates say the move protects confidentiality, while broader legal debates over medical care for transgender youth continue nationwide. And in Orange County, California's largest pediatric healthcare system says it will stop providing certain medical treatments for transgender youth starting next month. Rady Children's Health says the move is tied to federal pressure and concerns about losing Medicare and Medicaid funding under proposed Trump administration rules. Advocates say families will now be forced to seek care elsewhere, with protests planned this weekend. The CDC says flu season may have peaked with fewer hospitalizations and doctor visits now being reported. Still, flu activity remains moderate to very high across much of the country. So far this season, there have been about 19 million cases, 250,000 hospitalizations, and 10,000 deaths, including dozens of children. Health officials continue urging people to get a flu shot.
I'm Laura Diaz at Wilshire Park Elementary, where an emotional vigil was held today for a beloved teacher. Police say she was the victim of domestic abuse. That emotional story coming up.
Plus, accused of stealing millions. Federal agents say a charity leader meant to help LA's homeless used the money for luxury cars, lavish trips, and even a vacation home in Europe. We have the latest in this case.
Across SoCal, this is LA Live News Tonight on Fox 11 Plus.
A community and mourning tonight, a candlelight vigil to honor a beloved third-grade teacher who was allegedly killed by her husband, a Glendale firefighter. Fox 11's Laura Diaz, she's live there at the scene in Koreatown where families and her fellow teachers gathered tonight. And Laura, yes, it's amazing to see how many people showed up and all of the flowers behind you.
Yes, Marla. In fact, you know, this started at 5:30 this evening. People only left in like the last 20 minutes. They stayed here and talked. They shared memories of her. But as you mentioned, she taught school here. She taught third grade. She was a beloved teacher, and everybody wanted to remember her life and contributions today. But as we've been talking about, her accused killer is her husband. But today, it was all on the life of this superstar teacher.
Thank you for standing up for our teachers. By doing so, you are looking out. By doing so, you were looking out for all of the students.
She taught us lots of stuff, and she was the best teacher, and she will always be in our hearts. Fly high, Bessie Menace.
Hundreds gathered on this Friday evening, and they were all here to remember a woman they called Miss Jimenez. There were hugs and tears, and as you can see right here, flowers as far as the eye could see. A heart-rending scene at the school on Friday, little children clinging to each other as they mourn their teacher allegedly killed by her husband. Here is 46-year-old Myra Jimenez in better days, always smiling, a favorite teacher to so many students. Her classroom 15, seen here, it still has her name on the door. Now outside you'll see Dodger gear in her front window. She was a huge Dodger fan, and police say that the teacher was killed by her husband at their home in North Hollywood a couple of days ago. But as I said earlier, the focus this evening was not on her alleged assailant, but was on this teacher who meant so much to so many. It was really quite extraordinary to see hundreds of people gathering on this sidewalk on a Friday afternoon all the way into the evening. She was not only a teacher, she was a mentor. She was also active in the union, and we heard a lot of outrage from her fellow activists who said without her, a lot of kids wouldn't have been able to make it through COVID-19 because they needed her as their touchstone. So really that was the story here this evening. It wasn't so much about the way she died, but people wanted to remember the way she lived. Now, she had a total of 20 years of teaching in the school district, 13 years right here at this school in K-Town. And you could see, Marla, the extraordinary impact she had had on so many. Back to you.
It's just heartbreaking to see the little ones have to comprehend and process this. I imagine grief counselors are on hand at the school.
Well, I would certainly think so. You know, there wasn't that much opportunity to have intimate conversations with people because almost as soon as they arrived, they sort of huddled. There were a lot of tears and people were comforting each other. I did approach a number of families. Some wanted to talk, some didn't. And I certainly had to respect that. I know that it's quite raw right now. And I don't know how do you explain to a child that young the circumstances under which she left this planet. But a lot of them talked about heaven. A lot of them talked about how they would never forget her. And then they seemed to almost intuitively know to walk up to their fellow students, to hug them, embrace them, and say good job. So it really was a story I won't forget for a very long time.
No,
Marla?
Absolutely. You've done such a beautiful job honoring Myra's memory. Our thoughts and prayers are with the family, of course. Laura, thank you so much. Former NFL player Kevin Johnson, who played for the Raiders and Eagles in the 90s, he has been identified as the man found stabbed to death at a homeless encampment in Willowbrook. The 55-year-old was believed to be living there. Right now, no arrests have been made, and authorities are asking anyone with information to contact the LA County Sheriff's Department. New developments tonight in the death of Celeste Rivas Hernandez and her possible link to singer David. Police in Montana arresting Neo Langston, seen here, a friend of David, on a Los Angeles warrant. Authorities say Langston is being held without bond for failing to appear as a witness. LAPD's Robbery Homicide Division is still investigating after Hernandez's body was found in a Tesla registered to the singer 4 months ago. The Los Angeles Homeless Services Authority wraps up the volunteer portion of the 2026 Greater Los Angeles Homeless Count. More than 5,000 volunteers participated. LAHSA says thanks to strong community support and a smooth digital app experience, over 99% of data was captured electronically and makeup counts were significantly reduced. Results are expected by late spring or early summer. Developing tonight, millions of dollars intended to help the homeless in L.A. just gone. Tonight, a Westwood man is accused of embezzling the funds to buy luxury homes and cars. Fox 11's Christina Gonzalez has more.
This is a case full of lies, deceit, and pilfering money.
Federal authorities announcing the arrest of Alexander Sufer at the luxury Westwood home he supposedly paid for with funds meant to help the homeless through his organization, Abundant Blessings.
His organization received more than $23 million in taxpayer funds for the purpose of housing and feeding the homeless.
Abundant Blessings worked out of this building now for sale, supposedly helping about 600 people.
Specifically, he entered into agreements with the city and county agencies to house the homeless at sites that he managed and to pay third parties, including hotels and motels, to provide that housing. And the homeless were supposed to receive at least 3 healthy, balanced, nutritious meals a day.
Investigators say the 42-year-old also used the money for expensive cars, trips, even a vacation home in Greece. Meanwhile, at Abundant Blessings, neighbors say off camera, food is not what they saw being served.
They were drinking, doing bad things.
$23 million of misuse of public funds, $5 million derived directly from LASA in contracts.
LA Councilwoman Monica Rodriguez at today's council meeting reacting.
The elephant is in the room. LASA is still a problem.
LASA is under scrutiny after audits, and investigations found serious mismanagement, weak oversight, and questionable contracting practices. Mayor Karen Bass releasing a statement today saying, quote, "It's despicable that Mr. Sufer lied to the city and LASA for his personal gain."
Mr. Sufer was investigated twice, once by the investigators from the Los Angeles Homeless Service Authority, LASA, and once by the Office of the City Controller. In each one of those investigations, he provided a whole raft of fraudulent documentation trying to legitimize the fraud that he had been conducting.
And that is LA County's DA, who does confirm that this afternoon, Sufer appeared in a federal courthouse in Santa Ana, where he actually was released on $1.5 million bond without entering a plea, but is now being turned over automatically to LA County authorities to face charges on their parallel investigation. We'll keep you updated. I'm Christina Gonzalez in Harvard Heights, Fox 11 News.
New tonight, California is suing the Trump administration over oil pipeline oversight. Attorney General Rob Bonta filed the lawsuit today, accusing federal regulators of unlawfully taking control of 2 idle pipelines owned by Texas-based Sable Oil in Santa Barbara County. The state argues these lines linked to a massive 2015 spill fall under state jurisdiction. Bonta says the federal move prioritizes corporate profits over coastal safety. Federal officials insist restarting the pipelines is vital for energy supplies. Federal funding for California's high-speed rail project could soon be permanently cut off. California Congressman out of Sacramento area, Kevin Kiley, inserted language in a pending federal funding package that makes the California High-Speed Rail Authority ineligible for federal funding. The House passed the bill and now heads to the Senate. L.A. could see a big boost in federal transit funding as Congress moves forward with a bipartisan bill tied to the 2026 FIFA World Cup and the 2028 Olympics. The proposal includes over $100 million for U.S. host cities like L.A. to handle the surge of visitors, plus almost $94 million specifically for L.A. Transit ahead of the Olympics. Lawmakers say the funding would help with planning, staffing, and extended service hours. The bill passed the House and heads to the Senate next week. Well, tonight, President Trump is facing criticism from a tariff fight with Greenland and NATO allies over remarks made about NATO troops and the war in Afghanistan. Fox's Anna Eliopoulos has the story.
We've never needed them. We have never really asked anything of them.
Anger and outrage from some NATO allies after President Trump appeared to imply non-U.S. NATO troops avoided the front lines during the war in Afghanistan.
They'll say they sent some troops to Afghanistan or this or that, and they did. They stayed a little back, little off the front lines.
The remarks made during an interview at the World Economic Forum in Davos sparked strong reaction from the UK's Prime Minister.
Let me start by paying tribute to the 457 of our armed services who lost their lives in Afghanistan. I consider President Trump's remarks to be insulting and frankly appalling.
Under NATO's Article 5, which treats an attack on one member as an attack on all, dozens of countries sent troops to help the U.S. root out al-Qaeda after the 9/11 terror attacks. The UK alone sent more than 150,000 troops. Some of those veterans made clear they weren't happy with the president's words.
Frankly, this is utterly ridiculous. Many courageous and honourable service personnel from many nations fought on the front line. Many fought way beyond.
All this happening as tensions continue to rise with America's northern neighbor, Canada, after President Trump's Davos speech this week.
Canada gets a lot of freebies from us, by the way. They should be grateful. Canada lives because of the United States.
Thursday, Canada's Prime Minister responded.
Canada doesn't live because of the United States. Canada thrives because we are Canadian.
Hours later, President Trump revoked the country's invitation to his Board of Peace. Anna Eliopoulos, Fox News.
Tonight, California's first congressional district is without a representative following the sudden death of Republican Congressman Doug LaMalfa on January 6th. Now, Governor Newsom has set a special election for August 4th, the latest date allowed under state law. Republicans are criticizing the timing, saying rural communities are left without a voice during wildfire season and ongoing water challenges. The race pits Assemblyman James Gallagher, endorsed by LaMalfa's widow, against Democrat Audrey Denny. LaMalfa's funeral is tomorrow in Chico. We're keeping up with our Bay Area sister station, that's KTVU, and also the Black Action Alliance to host the race for California governor. Scheduled for Tuesday, February 3rd. It'll be in San Francisco. Don't worry, you can still watch it live right here on Fox 11 from 5:30 to 8. You can always stream it on the Fox local app. I will serve as one of 3 moderators. And keep those questions coming. Scan that QR code right now to submit a question for the candidates. More information online as well at foxla.com. Up next, we're just days from the big Rams-Seahawks game. We'll have the latest on all the hype, plus one of our favorite Eagles, Jackie. She's done it again. Today, she laid her first egg of the season. We'll have those details.
As we push into this weekend, we do have a major storm unleashing across the nation. I'll have the details on that, but also much drier conditions here across the West Coast for the weekend. All that on the other side of this break.
The stage is set for Sunday's epic showdown, our LA Rams versus the Seattle Seahawks, with a Super Bowl ticket on the line. You can catch all the action on Fox 11. Well, tonight, the excitement is building. Check this out.
You got to remember, this is only the third year that the Rams have been in Los Angeles, and we're going to the Super Bowl.
It's going to be a great opportunity for us. We're excited.
Rams are going to win. They're going to win the Super Bowl.
Who's house?
Rams house.
I'm creating the bedazzle horns.
You're like, we want to be a crazy fan too.
It's all about the Rams, and the LA Rams play Sunday's NFC Championship game. We are part of the Rams. Go Rams!
Rams! Oh, they had a good. We're going to the Super Bowl next.
Yes, thank you, Lord. Thank you, baby Jesus. I feel great.
You know, I'm ready for round 3. Let's go. We'll take it.
Sam, I'm going to take him down. He going to quit. We're going to make a forfeit.
The Rams are going to the Super Bowl.
Oh, let's go!
Got to get the chain on.
Oh, he's got that spin going on.
Go Rams!
We have live coverage from Seattle starting at 7 o'clock tomorrow night with Sports Wrap. Kyle Kraska, he's there in Seattle. And then we're back Sunday afternoon at Lumen Field for a pregame edition. That's at 2:30. Fox's game coverage begins at 3. And when the NFC Championship is final, when it's over, keep it right here on Fox 11. Kyle will be live from Lumen Field for another Sports Wrap. All right, Netflix will stream a first-of-its-kind live event tomorrow as famed climber and California native Alex Honnold attempts to free solo Taipei 101 in Taiwan. The event was originally scheduled for today but was postponed because of the weather. Honnold, known for scaling Yosemite's El Capitan without ropes, will tackle the 1,667-foot skyscraper in a single rope-free ascent if conditions hold. You've got to watch that. All right, big news from Big Bear. Jackie the Bald Eagle has laid her first egg of the season. The Friends of Big Bear Valley sharing the exciting update, saying Jackie went into labor about 4:22 this afternoon and laid the egg 10 minutes later. Fans are thrilled with the announcement, racking up thousands of shares and over 640,000 video views online. She is a star. Jackie's a star like our own star here.
Yes, I love that. You know, it was so much fun to watch them last season, and I was just overly invested, and I can already see that being a thing this go around. So congratulations to our Jackie and Shadow there. We do have beautiful conditions to get us through the weekend. We do still have some clouds, potential for fog sticking around overnight, and yes, some of that wraparound moisture may leave us with some drizzle for some of the area tomorrow morning. Otherwise, all of our moisture moving off to the east of us. So you'll see the central portions of the U.S. here are currently being impacted by this hazardous winter storm due to bring several inches of snow. We are talking a lot of ice out there as well, and everything in between. Freezing rain, sleet, all of that, and yes, a lot of rain as well. Now, this system will continue through the weekend. We're talking Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and by Monday, we should see it pushing over into the northeast. It is causing multiple impacts, not just to the travel, but also we are looking at the potential for widespread power outages with over several million people being impacted there. So we'll continue to keep you updated here as much as we can from the West Coast. Otherwise, there's a look at our drizzle pushing over into tomorrow morning. We are looking at a Santa Ana wind event, pretty breezy for Sunday as well as Monday. And we are also going to see our temperatures remain below normal normal, at least until we get to the start of next week. In fact, for today, downtown, we brought it up to about 67 degrees. That puts us just 1 degree off from our normal. And as we do push into this weekend, we are going to see more of that. Here's a look at the temperatures observed for today. This is a look at our highs. A lot of green out there. The green represents the fact that we had 60-degree temperatures, so ranging from the high to the low 60s, 50s in our mountains, and our mild conditions continued across our low deserts in the 70s. Play-by-play of our futurecast showing the clouds overnight. Clouds will be in place to start tomorrow morning. Again, some of that patchy fog as well, but also the chance for some of that drizzle, spot shower or two sticking around through tomorrow morning. By the time we get to the afternoon, late morning, afternoon, we should start to see some of that cloud covered making its way out of here and making way for sunshine. And sunshine will be with us through our Sunday as well. We may also see some of that cloud activity move in and about the area, as well as the winds impacting us. Saturday, late in the day, moving into Sunday, we should start to see those breezes picking up, but likely also into the start of our work week as well. Here's a look at those temperatures warming by the time we get to Monday, leaving behind the 60s for the LA Inland Orange County area and hopping into the low 70s by the time we get to Monday of next week, and it should carry us in the 70s at least until the middle of the week. Marla.
All right, Star, thanks. The Muppets are making a big comeback. Up next, a brand new show is on the way, packed with star-studded guests like Maya Rudolph and Seth Rogen and Sabrina Carpenter. We take a look at the brand new trailer released today.
Rusty.
They're back. The trailer for the new Muppet Show came out today. Some of the guest stars include singer Sabrina Carpenter, comedian Maya Rudolph, and actor Seth Rogen. It will stream on Disney Plus starting February 4th and air on ABC the same night.
Hey there. After so many years of celebrating my birthday as Guy, I figured this year I'd celebrate it as just a guy. Happy birthday to me.
Okay, so Guy Fieri, yeah, that's him, turning heads with the big change. Well, sort of. The Food Network star ditched his iconic platinum spikes and goatee for a more low-key look, sharing the transformation on Instagram for his 58th birthday. Even his son joked, asking, "Dad, when did you start selling insurance?" The video is likely, as in 99.9999% AI generated. That's fun. Okay, that does it for us. LA Live News tonight, finishing up on this Friday night. We'll see you on Fox 11.